All right, what's up? Hello, everyone. Today, I am joined with Ouch Sensation. I'm going to be calling him JJ. I am MuteAce. You can call me Tony. Ouch calls me Tony. And we are going to be talking and highlighting Ouch's run at BOBC. Would you say this is your best tournament result?
Probably. This is probably my best tournament results as of like recent. So,
I feel like it's especially proud for you because it's in BC, so everyone
hmm
was there for you. The energy, I don't know. Like I know you play without headphones, so you could probably feel it. But like I promise you, that crowd was, you know, what I mean, it was all for you. It was all for you. It was
Yeah,
everyone's
no,
there,
definitely.
all the BC people we know and stuff like that. Like, oh man.
hmm
So let's just start with the pre-local because you guys, BC is crazy. Like I'm used to a pre-local, just like
Yeah.
one pre-local. It's just like, okay, event starts Friday, let's do one on Thursday, something like that, right? No,
hmm
BC, they told me they're like, oh, there's a Monday one, a Tuesday one, a Wednesday one, a Thursday one, and then the event starts Friday. I was like, that's
Uh,
not a pre-local, that's Hanukkah. Like that, you guys had a Hanukkah of Smash. Like,
yeah, no, we BC does love hosting lots of pre-locals like before the actual event actually takes place. So it's just like to get warmed up and see if like any other like out of region players just wants to like warm up uh through the following days before the actual event happens. So
yeah, yeah. So you won three of those, right? You won the Monday,
yeah,
Tuesday, and Wednesday one.
yes,
Um,
exactly.
yeah, and then you DQ from the Thursday one. UBC's kind of
Mhm.
far, so I don't know.
Uh,
But that Wednesday one though, like, some of your friends were telling me actually that you're like, oh, you're gonna farm Hurt, and then some people like base mates were like, nah, Hurt's different. But
uh,
why did they think that? I want to know why did they think that? What is your background with Snake? Because just for reference, for me, I had Hurt at like a regional, and I just
mhm.
grinded with Snake for 1 week, and I was struggling so bad. So it was such a like a mind-blowing experience to watch you like just run at him. And I was like, what is going on? What do you know? Like,
Mhm. Uh, so basically, like, I feel like I'm very comfortable with the snake matchup. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I'm positive on almost every snake. There's only like two snakes where it's like I'm either even or I'm like losing against. And like, for, I guess the person I'm even with is his tag Slushies from like Washington. And we're both 1-1. Both of our sets went game five. He won the first one, then I won the second one. And then like the only snake I've ever been negative on is Salem actually, and I was at like Genesis 7, and I went game five in that too, but still lost that one. So
and that's early. That's early ultimate. Like,
very
that's
early
just
on.
surprising that like I don't know, because I felt like when Snake came out, especially because you're a newer like player, it's not like you play
Mhm.
Brawl. Like everyone always like tries to, put the experience gap there, like, oh, you didn't play Brawl, you wouldn't get it. It's like I'm just like
Mhm.
losing. But like you're just doing that matchup and it's just so crazy because I feel like Snake is this character, especially with her being like projected like number one and just doing so well, like not only is he a super strong character in the meta, it's just a big matchup check too. And
Mhm.
for you to be doing it like that, and like so many of us are like going around being like, can we let's like compile our ideas together, against
Mhm.
Snake. It was just so crazy. And yeah, no, I just thought somehow I was like, oh, there has to be a Snake that lives and plays with you like 24 hours of the day or something. Because
I
the way you
wish,
were
man.
doing it, your item play was crazy.
Mhm.
Maybe that's just you with the items, because I don't
Maybe
know.
it's just like, yeah, no, there's definitely no snakes in BC much anymore. Like before, we used to have like a few of them, but then they weren't as top level, high level like players as like her and like the rest of the snakes, right? But also, it's just like it's so weird. It's like is a snake is definitely, as I said before, it's like I think it's like a top three matchup I really love playing just because of how much things just goes on and how it's like or it's like how like the items just like kind of work in your favor sometimes, like when I'm playing the matchup at least, or at least that's how it feels at least.
Maybe that's just a me problem. Like you're just because you're about that action. That's the pacing of the game you like. You want things to just blow up. It's like it's so fitting. It's like ouch versus hurt. Like who's more painful? It's just
hmm
you just really get in there because like it's not even just Snake. Like these are some of the strongest like defensive characters in the game. Like watching like Snake and like Steve, you're just running at them. I'm like, what is going on? And I was thinking to myself when I watch you play, like I was like, yo, Ouch is like one of the best breakers of like some of the strongest defensive like tools in the game. Like you're not getting destroyed by these walls and cart simulators. Like you could probably run at Sonic too, like the way you play.
That's a bit of a stretch, I will say, but I think with like some more matchups that I'm like comfortable with, I like it really like depends on like of course like comfortability. Like if I'm very comfortable in a matchup, I'm down to like just run in because like I feel like I've seen the situations before, like I've experienced it. I like kind of know what happens lots of the time. So that's kind of like why I like run down Snake a lot. It's just like lots of the situations that unfold just happen like throughout the match, like 24/7 all the time.
Yeah.
So
And can we bring up that comeback on set one? That set one comeback? You know
which
which one
one?
I'm talking about?
I think I remember this.
This is set one of Grands game one.
Game
The
one.
reverse
Okay.
three stock.
Okay, I do remember this now. Actually.
I would hope you remember this because it was
Mm-hmm.
crazy. You were at 75 and he's at three stocks and you win this game.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that's why I'm telling you, my mind was blown when I was watching this. I was like, what is happening? That is like an unwinnable game for me.
Mm. I I want to say also it's like kind of like a matchup thing too. Like I don't think Wolf wins, but it's definitely I think it's a very solid like even matchup for Wolf, like Wolf Snake in general.
Yeah.
And also like what benefits Wolf a lot in this matchup is how he doesn't really have any multi hits, so you can't really like mess up with how you hit Snake lots of
Oh
the time.
yeah. No bad
So since you
trades.
since you don't have much multi hits, you don't really you can kind of pick your spots where you want to hit Snake, and like uh it's not like any multi hit will get in the way because again Wolf doesn't have any multi hits, so it's like I can just kind of pick and choose where I want to hit Snake. If I want to take the nade trade, lots of the time, like for example, if I'm like lower than Snake's percent, like for example Snake's at like 70 and I'm at like 40, there are times where I do just want to hit him with the nade so he can just be put back into the same situation as like
Right.
before when he's like rising up trying to land and whatnot. And it's kind of just like a rinse and repeat like situation that happens a lot in the Wolf Snake matchup.
Yeah. I feel like it's really important though, like I know it's like a cliche thing to say, but your backer is actually really important in this matchup because a lot of times snakes will just jump around and take the nade trades, but your backer being that strong is actually so important.
Yeah, it's definitely very threatening because again, once they're off stage, they have to kind of just always go high. Because if they go low, like it's not really too like safe for Snake to recover low that often against Wolf because I feel like Wolf just got so much mileage when Snake players like go low. Like you just might die if you go low is the thing. So lots of time you have to play that certain situation all the time in the air versus Wolf Snake.
Yeah. And but look at this here, like you just juggled the items on him and turned his like platform grenade ledge trap, I mean like stage trap into like a trap against him. Like that was insane. Like
Mm,
that's not normal to be doing like drop platform Z catch up toss and stuff. I was like, "Oh my gosh."
yeah, it's just like that's also a situation that happens with Snake sometimes, depending on the player as well. It's just like sometimes you'll camp the plat with like C4, two nades and whatnot. And I don't know, I kind of just visualize it as like, uh, it's super weird because most of the time, most people won't approach it. But I feel like, I don't know, in my head, it's like Snake players are kind of like screwing themselves over on the plat for sometimes because they're kind of like mostly going to hold shield. And it's like, I kind of want to like bring that fear factor of them like being on a plat where it's like, I kind of just want you to like get off the plat because, it's not necessarily like a safe place for them. At least like, again, like Wolf Snake, at least. Because so much
Yeah.
things can just happen at that
No,
moment
that's a
and
common
whatnot.
idea. Everyone's always like, "Oh, whenever I ask anyone, they're like, "Oh, it's a bad position for him because you have to like play that he's gonna have less shield when he blows up his
Mm-hmm.
own nades on himself." But like, it's really not that simple to take advantage of as you make it like seem
Mm-hmm.
and are doing, because we all struggle against this character except for very few people. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I just it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. Um, And then yeah, the same situation you said when Snake goes low. You did it perfectly. I think you actually closed this set out with a down air on Snake recovering low. So
Mm,
so
that's probably the
there's
skill. Yeah.
that. But then yeah, so for the main event, BOBC, you were saying we were talking earlier, and you were saying like how the bracket was like projected your dream bracket, like after
Yeah.
Leo. So your bracket, it was supposed to be what? Let me see. It was supposed to be starting with Leo out of pools. Was there anyone like before pools that was
There was one person I was worried about, and that'd be Burst, the Yoshi player
first
from
the Yoshi? Yeah.
Ontario. Hmm I would say, like, I think I was more scared of Burst than Leo, if I'm being real. Just the reason being is just because like uh he's kind of in that weird state where it's like he I think Burst can make upsets. And I feel like I'm the type of player that can be upsetted on, is the thing. So I was super more like worried about Burst and Leo and then everyone else in the bracket, honestly.
Yeah.
Like he was like honestly for me, he was kind of like my um I guess that person where it's like if I beat him, then I'm kind of more confident in bracket as I go on, you know?
Yeah. So versus Canada, right?
Oh yes, Burst is from Canada, from
Where
Toronto,
where
St.
in
Regis
Canada? Okay,
Nationals.
so you guys don't play that
We
often.
don't play. He's
Okay.
from the east.
Yeah.
I'm from the west.
Yeah.
So we barely even play, or if not, we don't even play each other until like this event.
Is
So,
this your like first time playing maybe or
yes, this is our first time playing. I've played friendlies with him before, and that went well for me. I'd say it's just like the problem is I like hate Yoshi with a passion. I hate that guy so much.
it's probably because he matches your air drift.
Yeah, matches my air drift. Invince on armor. He has some cheese against Wolf that can just kill me at 0 sometimes if I'm like not aware of it.
What
And it's just like
cheese?
it's crazy. Well, it's kind of like on the player to escape it. Like, so if I'm on ledge holding shield or whatever, and he neutral bees me, and if for some reason I am not mashing, he can just kind of like footstool me like instantly or like fair me, and I just die at 0.
I would hope
And I
the
got hit
neutral
by
B
that
at zero
once
doesn't
by
kill you.
I got hit by that once by Yoshi in Japan once, and then I
Neutral B
lost the
at
set because of it.
0?
It was by Ron, the Yoshi player from Japan, because I didn't know about it. I just thought because I thought if I mashed quickly, he might cheese me there. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna be patient here and just not mash and then jump up you. Bad idea, by the way. Do not do that. Just mash as fast as you can and then just
Yeah,
get
I
out of
feel
that
like circle
situation.
mash, like if you get like hit there at 0, you probably just circle mash and then directional air dodge or something.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah, no, that wasn't a pretty sight. So definitely learned my lesson from that.
Okay. Um, so then yeah, you played Leo, and then we thought I think we talked about it, and we were thinking like Leo would go Mithra, like
Yeah, I thought
last year.
uh, Leo would go Pyramithra, or I had a good feeling he would go Joker or Pyramithra. Just because in doubles he was playing lots of Joker.
Right.
So in my thought process, I was like, okay, if he goes Joker, I am super comfortable with this. I'm completely fine. I play a Joker player from my region, Lemon, all the time, and I'm just very comfortable with that matchup. And same goes with Pyramithra. I have Tickle, but Tickle hasn't been competing much in BC too much or that often, just because it's like school and whatnot. I'm looking for a job, but even so, like I was still like comfortable with most of his picks. But
Yeah, but were you
I
ready for the Byleth?
that that's definitely I wasn't. Just because, since Byleth is such a terrible character, no one plays that character.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so hard to prep for such an uncommon character where again, the character's so mid that no one just plays Byleth and
Yeah.
whatnot. I will say also like I was low-key very scared if Leo was gonna go Roy, because that would have just folded me hella
Roy?
hard. I'm not good at the Roy matchup. There's just like every time I fight any like Florida, Georgia Roy, like I instantly fold. It's just like they're just the better aggressors and their character is just made for that, right?
Yo, East Coast Roy, I got hands.
Exactly, and it's just like it's so hard for me to find a player that has a better aggression than me in like the West, just because lots of them don't play those type of characters, right? Like for example, Fox, Roy. And it's
Yeah.
like it's so hard for me to like comprehend what's happening because I've never been in those situations where I'm like, oh wow, wait a minute, I'm actually getting like oppressed here, and like now it's now my job to like figure out what to do in those spots, you know? And then
It's interesting that you say that because now that I think about it, when I think of the PNW like character base, I think of like Wii Fit Pac-Man and all that stuff.
all the zoners, man.
So yeah, and like Toon Link and stuff, right? So it's
Hmm.
interesting because maybe that's why like that type of hurt like Snake play style, like you're so ready for that pacing
Hmm.
compared to like some other stuff where I think you would do better, but you're like saying like, oh yeah, no, like not for Roy, not for Fox, not for all that other stuff like that. So
Hmm.
that's interesting. Um, yeah, Byleth is a weird pick. I feel like Leo's Byleth doesn't come out that often anymore, so it's just like a jump scare when it
Uh,
happens. Uh, so yeah, but yeah, your dream bracket it would have been what like syrup into hurt.
yeah, syrup into her, which I did beat syrup last time, but then this time he did definitely got me hella hard. Gold into fair pickaxe is what it is. Like
It is what it
I
is.
also yeah, I honestly I'm not mad about that set. I thought it was a really good set. It's just like the reason why I'm not mad at it at all, honestly, is just because in my heart I knew like at that situation when I was at zero, I was like, okay, literally I only die to this one setup, so I just have to avoid it. So, but unfortunately, since it was just on me to like avoid it, and I didn't, and I died for it, I kind of like it kind of just was like guaranteed, you know.
Yeah,
Like kind of just like accepting that fact is like, okay, I died because I was just dumb at this one spot, and
the B
that's
button, the B
and
button
that's
called.
yeah, my blaster. It was just like it was not a good blaster. Let's see right here. Yeah, right here, and I was like, well, and then yeah, that finished it. I definitely could have survived here too. I'm pretty sure
I
I
don't
wanted to.
blame you.
Like I definitely wanted to uppy where not where he was trying to fair spike, but where like Steve was, not
His
where
body, yeah.
uh I wanted to aim for where Steve was and not where his pickaxe was, and I think I would have survived that hit. It's just like in that moment it was so nerve wracking because where like I saw him place one block and I was like, uh-oh. So that's why I kinda like upbeat like more quickly than I should have. I should have like delayed it a bit and I think I would have lived. It's just like, yeah, no, he just got me.
Yeah,
That's all
most
there is to
people
it.
don't like understand the like situation that can happen there because I think Akola literally did the same exact thing to you, where there's like a block there and then a turnaround like pickaxe too,
Mm-hmm.
like for the fair spike. So like people just see like the up B and they're like, oh, well, he didn't make it, but it's just like there could have been an invisible block there that stopped you like instantly,
Mm-hmm.
and there could have been a down tilt there and a fair, and like there was just so many possibilities there. So like
Mm-hmm.
it was just such a hard call and so much pressure. Um, so I really don't even blame you for any of that. But it is what it is. Damn. So so you went into losers after the Leo set. And
Mm-hmm.
then you had a quick set with Big Boss. I see a 3-0. Didn't even see
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah, definitely very comfortable in the matchup now because of Artemis or
Yeah.
Zach.
You just
Yeah,
played
no, he's been
as
playing
Rob.
as Rob. He's been playing Rob recently, and honestly, there was this one time I went to his house to just grind the matchup. There was one time, his Rob it played exactly like Zombies, and then I was getting tilted like so much during that session that I went my own Rob for like an hour because I was actually so pissed off of how good he was doing against my wolf. And then after that, like I just like ate it up and just started playing as Rob more. And then yeah, that definitely like sparked like my I guess like grind to beat Rob essentially,
And
and it
this
helped a
was
lot.
before the Reaper event, right?
Oh yeah, this was before the Reaper event as well. But it was also just like a good like a good like wake up call to like okay I can't be lazy in this matchup because I believe it's like -2 because holy there's just so many situations where Rock can just screw up Wolf like completely, especially like off stage, especially how Zombo plays it. It's just like there's just so many like fixed scenarios where it's like if he does X option then he has Y to cover it essentially, and it's like it's so terrible.
Yeah. And one of these is a 50-50 death scenario out of an advantage
Mhm.
state, like on a guess.
uh, Yeah, with the big boss set, I definitely
Yeah,
was like pretty confident.
yeah, it looked pretty clean. And then
Hmm.
right after that, you go straight into the Japanese gauntlet, and you actually took out three of them, which is putting up numbers. You were putting up numbers.
Oh yeah, I will say
Um,
too. For before Big Boss, I did have to fight Apple Reviewer,
oh yeah,
and I personally, I personally thought I should have gotten like 3-1 actually.
really?
Just because he messed up like two recoveries. Like during that day, uh, I saw Apple Reviewer versus Big D or Dawson, and that's what happened in game 5. He literally like held down on his uppie and just didn't snap ledge, and he died for it. And that's what happened with Arset as well. And that's how I honestly took 2 games. Like literally last stock, he just missed ledge, like every time. Like he definitely just should have had it. And
Like 2 games in a row?
exactly. And then yeah, he just lost because he was doing those recoveries, which looked really weird. But I guess I wasn't F tilting it honestly, so which is why I did it. But like, yeah, he kept on like dying for it. It looked like, but I don't know. It's just like definitely. I felt like uh, the closest match that was not in top 24 was like this one if he didn't like SD, like
Yeah,
his whole stocks and
this
whatnot.
character's a demon.
Yeah, like sometimes like his combo game is also like insane as well. He can just kill you off a throw possibly if he's on a platform and whatnot, and
So
it's
I
just like
wanted to ask you
scary at times.
something because you played like something like Me Brawler and something like that. How'd you feel about the one ban? Because I feel like this makes like this type of thing harder.
Oh, I was on, or I didn't really think about it too much with like me brawler, because I know I played Apple Reviewer once before, and it was at a New York tournament. I know he liked Battlefield a lot, so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna ban Battlefield. And my guess was since I banned Battlefield, he's probably gonna go Bastion, which he did. And then honestly, it wasn't like too bad if I'm being real, just because I believe Wolf has actually gone like every stage. It just really depends on the character. Like I actually didn't feel like too like bad about like the stage like bans and like counter picks and whatnot. I feel
Hmm.
like for me Brawler and Wolf especially, like the stage doesn't matter too much. It's just like the thing is like for certain stages, of course, like Battlefield, small Battlefield, and like Bastion, you're gonna get cheats regardless. But it's just like more so like preference on where you want to I guess be sent in a way,
Yeah,
you know?
I just feel like some stages, like small battlefield specifically, like the percents are insane. Like you just giga die, and I was thinking more so versus like Steve and stuff too. If I only had one ban versus Steve, it's like pretty hard for me.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, just wondering if that you thought about that at all. But that's fine.
Oh
If
yeah, no, yeah. I was completely fine with it. Like it's also my region's rule set, so I'm very used to it.
true.
So it's just basically counterpicking like the worst stage to possibly go on against X character, you know?
Yeah.
And like for example, like with Steve, I just banned FD because, you know, like FD shovel, like for obvious reasons. And then other than that, it's just like I feel like I need a platform for Steve lots of the time.
Mm-hmm. Because you had a lot of game fives, and that kind of stuck out to me because I was thinking, with the rule set being like one ban DSR, like full DSR, it's more incentivized for games to get more even as it gets closer to the end, instead
Mm-hmm.
of like the counter picks like being stronger. So I was thinking like maybe the rule set like leads into more like you know what I'm trying to say, like more counter pick to like mid games and like a more even
Mm-hmm.
like end game based on the DSR of the set.
Oh yeah, I see
That's
what you
just what I
mean.
was
I feel
thinking.
like that definitely played into a factor with lots of the games I've played because most of
Yeah.
the time, like Uh, I had one ban obviously, but also like since they couldn't really go back to where they like won on and whatnot, I kind of like helped a lot to where uh there's more like stage variety, I'd say, in many cases. So
Yeah. Um, so then you played Rio and TG in the crew battle, like we said.
that's true.
Um, and you beat Torigiri and then
Hmm.
kind of lost to Rio. And we were talking about it, how you were like struggling with Diddy, like you played Tweak at that Reaper event too. And
Uh
just besides that, like Diddy Kong, just what you said doesn't make sense.
hmm. Yeah, no. Uh yeah, definitely with like the crew battle, like I guess going into it, like since one of our players didn't really do too well versus Trigger, we're in like such a big deficit, and then like honestly, with this crew battle, like at that point, like all of us just did not care since we're just going to lose, right? It's just like we have all the strong players that just like kind of like counterpicked us essentially. And with this, I kind of just like my game plan was just like to play me. And I guess the problem was, I guess playing like me, like in my aggro playstyle and whatnot, just didn't work against like TG really. And then soon after, like the following set was like Ryuo. Ryuo was just like mashing tech skill, going like content creator mode with the up Bs, just like
Mashing tech skill.
like he just like he was just like trying to make a compilation out of me essentially, and it was just like,
Yeah.
dude, frick, like I can't deal with that. Is the thing. Like if you play like that, it's like it's over. I'm falling for your compilation.
I just feel like in that type of scenario though, like you get some good info, like playing like how you wanted to play. Like did that receptiveness of like being like, oh, my aggressive playstyle isn't working too well versus Toragiri, like in that crew battle, like help for the set? Because it seemed like you were playing a little more reserved during the set and it helped.
Yeah, it definitely did. And I also watched Masha versus TG recently. Masha, the Wolf player from Japan, recently took a major, like an A
Mm.
major in Japan over to TG. And when I was watching it, I was like, damn, what Masha's doing is just like he's just lasering and then just waiting for TG to approach. And I was like, okay, if I ever fight this guy ever, I'm gonna do the same thing, and then I bet it's gonna work. And then lo and behold,
Yeah, that
I
probably
like
helped a lot.
I camped the hell out of Banjo.
I feel like
And
I don't know what the answer is besides the camp because I feel like when you talked about like about Byleth, you're like, oh, he was like a kind of mid character that no one really plays. I feel like that can also be said about Banjo. I don't think Banjo's like
mhm,
that bad, but like yeah, no one definitely plays him. So
mhm.
um
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
why I was wondering your experience with that character. But I mean, this is the same type of pacing as your region normally plays, so it's probably good for that.
mhm. It's just like yeah, with Banjo, it's just I mostly just fight them on Elite Smash. Like that's pretty much it.
Okay.
But the thing is, they don't have the same common like esque character habits. Or TJ doesn't have the same common esque character habits that other Banjo players have. So it's like he kind of covers it really well. Like for example, it's like Banjo with like when he's about to turn around nade and he picks it up. Lots of the time, most Banjo players would jump in, but with him, like he was just staying back most of the time. And I was like, oh frick, well, that kind of sucks because that's where I kind of get most of my like strong hits in, right? So I just like just to just like adapt to that was just like pretty pretty normal in a way, but also it was just like I just had to like kind of get used to how he like kind of like did things on his like own like way, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's definitely a different breed of banjo. He does like I feel like you can play other banjo players, but they're not going for setups like these and like all these other
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. There's so much intention behind a lot of his like projectile placements and stuff, and like
It's so tricky as well,
yeah,
like how he jumps out and then jumps in, or it's like if he has a nade in hand, he's gonna toss it right back at you. And it's like holy. And also I like his recoveries as well, like with the side B. It's just like uh it's invincible, so it's like I can't even hit him, he just gets back to ledge for free, and it's like damn. Which honestly is not too bad. Banjo on ledge is like, it's very okay. He only
you
has
think
like a few
so?
bomb mix-ups
I feel like the upright thing
and
he does off the ledge is pretty annoying.
up air. I feel like it's pretty fine. I talked with Base Mage about like TG's matchup check gimmick with like Nair a lot. It's like how it's like super unsafe, and then he'll do that as like a matchup check to get back on ledge, and then he'll like follow up with like a grab or whatever. But other than that, I felt like uh it's just like if he didn't have bomb in hand, there was not really too much of a mix up he could do. Of course, you can do like jump down B or drop down from ledge down B. But other than that, I feel like Wolf's ledge trapping in general, since it's so standard, it's kind of like it just gets the job done most of the
Yeah.
time, I
I
believe.
think it's because your forward tilt negates that like up air mix up thing he does. Because
Mhm.
versus like my character and some other characters, I've seen him do this like rising up air one thing. It like scoops you from the side off the ledge.
Oh yeah, and then it's like he follows up with side B depending on percent or
Yeah, yeah,
whatnot.
like
Yeah,
up
no,
A
that
back
definitely sounds
air.
annoying.
Yeah, I don't because
I
I
feel like
was watching your set. He didn't try it versus you, so
yeah, I think it's just like the fear of like again Wolf F tilt or just like Wolf just hitting you from that. Like it's just such a big hit that's like
right.
the follow up might not be too worth it, you know. But who knows, right?
Yeah. So I did take a peek at your set, and it looked like you had it handled the first two games, and then you had an unlucky game three. I think you like literally SD twice.
Maybe I forget. All I remember was the clutch game. For he
Yeah, he
he
get the
did.
nade into the forward air at like
And then
80 on
yeah,
town.
at 80, and then I died because of town right side plat.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, okay, no, I do remember game three. Yeah, no, I SD'd like 2 times, and I was like, frick, this is a go next. I'm pretty sure it was on like
FD.
FD,
Yeah.
and then I was honestly very fine, but I didn't want to take the gamble of like, oh yeah, that was a fluke. Let me run it back, and then I just get three stocked again, right?
Yeah.
So I took the chance with town. Town was actually just really good. It's just like he just clutched on me. That was pretty
Yeah.
much it.
And then game five looked like you got it under control most of the part. It was in the middle of stock two where you got it under control because it was like an even
Hmm.
0-0 stock one trade, and then
Hmm.
game two. I mean stock two you started taking the momentum.
Hmm.
So that was crazy. And the end was crazy. We were
Uh,
all like freaking out.
like yeah, I remember watching that back actually, and I was like, when I went for that side B, or when I'm looking back at it, and I went for that side B, I'm like, damn, I could have just like lost there, you know? Like it's
Yeah.
actually crazy to think about.
That's
Like
what
he
we
could have
all
just
think
neutral get up
about.
and then back through me, and I would have been dead.
Right.
But I remember him saying on Twitter, he was saying that he tried doing drop down side B or drop down back air, but he just wasn't fast enough. So like there was just definitely two ways it just could have died, and it just did not happen.
That makes sense
So
because I think he could have teched it if he was ready for that.
mhm,
Like I'm pretty sure he could have LSI'd down and been able to attack it because he got untechable, but I think the percent was
mhm,
not high for that type of hit.
yeah, possibly. I know Wolf's side B is definitely really strong, but Banjo's
It is.
definitely like
It's just pretty heavy.
heavy. Exactly. So who knows? But this set was definitely like honestly when it took two games, I definitely was feeling myself a lot. It's just like PG again was bringing it back really well.
Sure. And then let's see. But oh yeah, but about your set with Rio though, like did you figure something out? Like
Oh
how
yeah,
did you overcome the Diddy?
that one was very different because I actually have played Riwo. It was at the past BOBC6 pre-local 2 times. So there was one pre-local on Wednesday. I got 2-0'd with the swiftness pretty easily from him, and then there was a Thursday local where I fought him in losers and I took a game, but it's like he still won pretty convincingly 2-1. And then this was my rematch essentially, but at like the major.
So down two sets basically in
Uh,
locals.
yeah, basically down 2 sets in locals. And then I remember when I lost to him, and then even during the crew battle as well, I was like, I'm pretty sure if I think it's the same with like TG, like like when he plays me, he just like goes crazy. It's the thing. Like he actually just, I think as I said before, goes content creator mode, spams neutral or spams Diddy tech and whatnot. And I just told myself if I like sit back and relax, I'm pretty sure like I just evade all of this. And then that's what I did. And then most of the things that he tried doing uh just didn't work in his favor lots of the time. Because he's definitely like one of those players where I feel like I just actually can't like go in on him like as much as I want to.
Right.
As like how he moves, how he like kind of plays, and how he does neutral interactions. It's so like bizarre to me. Like holy, he actually did that or whatnot. Like like sometimes you're like many of the times when I'm holding shield and then he's just in the air, he's just waiting, and then he's like mixing up his timings really well with his aerials. Like you'll like mix it up really well, like a delayed nair. Sometimes you'll do like fair. Sometimes you'll just like do like a side B or even like some random up B as he does all the time, which that tilts me a lot, just because it's so like unorthodox, but it's like so like weirdly good.
Yeah, it's new Diddy stuff, and
Like
it's so fast and like not that punishable for
mhm,
slower characters.
I think right here too, or no, he didn't do it right here. But when he was recovering as well, he was just holding up B, and I'm just like not at ledge, but I'm like trying to ledge trap him. He would just go through me with his up B, while I'm holding shield, and then he's just yeah, right here exactly. Like
Yeah,
he
full
just
full
get back,
stage.
he just get back to like center essentially, and I can't really do much about it. And it's like wow, like he just got
Yeah.
back on stage for free essentially, like right there again.
Yeah. I
Like
know how you feel. It's so tilting. And they're actually like with that new Diddy stuff I'm talking about, they're so good at the barrel now. If you were to challenge that with Nair, they would just like crash it into the floor like right after
uh
and punish you for it.
like
So
like they take that trade any day, honestly. At that
yeah.
point, it's just like yeah, no, definitely Rulo is definitely like I like him as a person, but how he plays, it's so like I like watching him play as well. Like I think he's nice, but and I like watching him. I think he's very entertaining, but playing him is so cringe. Like
Yeah,
he's one of those type of people where it's like I love watching him play, but it's like playing him is like it's so annoying.
we know a couple of those.
Hmm.
I know a couple of those. I just think it's interesting the way you're phrasing the difference in how you deal with like defense offense because it sounds to me like you're better at dealing with the more like pure defensive playstyles compared to people having this like aggressive playstyle, which makes it harder to defend for you, which is
Hmm.
which shuts your
Yeah.
offense down.
That is like as we're talking, I actually do realize that now as well. It's like definitely if someone's playing playing a very general defensive playstyle, I feel like I know what to do in like most of the situations, but if they counter with like their own aggression kind of in a weird way, it's like I kind of get like tripped up by that a lot.
Hmm. It just like goes back and forth like that one saying like the best defense is a good offense. Like I feel like the
Hmm.
world moves in a circle sometimes with how these things work. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, you clutched up on Diddy. You're this is what one of your like most hated matchups, you would say.
Yeah, no, I hate Diddy. If there it's like three characters I hate like with a passion, it's Roy, Fox, and Diddy. Just hate those guys so much. Could be like a matchup inexperience thing as well, but I really just do hate those guys so much.
Fox and
It's just
Diddy are
like it's not that
broken.
fun. I'd say it's just like I like knowing what's happening throughout the game. Is the thing, and if I don't know what's happening throughout the game, it's like damn, like I'm just guessing at most situations, you know.
Yeah, I feel like Fox is the epitome of that. It's just like a million random bursts happening all the time
Mm-hmm.
that you just have to guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm-mm. So then you played for your topic qualifier, you played Mia.
Mm-hmm. That's
What
correct.
did you think about Mia going Steve in the beginning? Like, why did that happen?
I think the reason why that happened was I actually played him before, like at pre-local. I'm pretty sure it was Dump Park on the Grass pre-local, and I took winners finals and grand finals, game 5, and it's just like how Mia plays Game Watch, and how I play like Wolf. Like there's a thing where it's like, or not a thing, but like the way you're supposed to like play the matchup with like Wolf Game and Watch is you kind of like play grounded lots of the time with when as Game and Watch, and then Mia kind of like going in a lot, you know, like he goes in with the nairs, he goes in with like bears and whatnot, and it's like with that specific playstyle, it's really hard to like comprehend with like Wolf, I believe, just because like, or at least maybe it's like how I play as well, but most of the time is like, sometimes I'll just like have a weird like not trade, but more so when he's landing there and I catch him with a landing fair, he's taking like a lot. He's taking like 70 or 60 at best. And not only that as well, it's kind of like with Snake as well. Once Game Watch is stuck in the air, he's kind of stuck in the air is the thing. So he's taking more damage on top of that. So it's just like with Mia, I feel like it's super weird to say this as well, but I feel like Mia has a weird fear factor against me, and I kind of don't know why. It's just like I don't think he was playing great this set, if I'm being completely honest. It's like I don't know. It's like you could tell like with like game 3 where he barely clutched it out. Like I could tell like when I was looking at him like on the side, like it looked like he just finished playing game 5 essentially after beating me. And I was like, well, dude, there's still like more sets to be played, man. And then after
Yeah,
that, I
he's
kind of just
stressed
like took
out.
it.
You saw that back air that just hit him? He's like, whoa.
Hmm.
In the player cam. Yeah, I just feel like when Mia starts Steve, I feel like he is scared of something. I feel like you're right in that because I think another time I saw him like play Steve, um, Mars, and he literally said he was scared of Mars.
Mm.
So when you play against Game & Watch in the Wolf matchup, are you playing like reactive counter hit to like stuff out his nairs and stuff like that, or are you just like how would you say the pacing of that is going? Are you going more forward with that?
Uh, it's so like hard to tell. I like with some specific game watches, I like have lots of game watch matchup experience. Like the main game watch I play is Cube the TO. And with that, it's like I kind of like always like go in most of the time, but also like during some specific situations, I do have to play defensive, or else like if he catches me like off guard, like just going in with a drifted nair, he'll just like rip an up smash and I just get hit, right? So it's like kind of like playing conservative on when I'm going in, but also like uh I feel like I'm getting more of like the grounded hits lots of the time, like putting him in like weird spots where he feels like he needs to jump, but he doesn't need to, essentially, if that makes sense. So like for example, like I can like run up down tilt him and then he's off stage, right? And
Right.
then there's some lots of Game Watch players like sometimes will just jump in and then nair, but then like the threat of that is like my bear hitting him, and then that just means so much to them, or it means so much to me, and then so much to them to the point where it's like I feel like the mental damage kind of hits to where it's like they can't really be lazy on Wolf, or else they're just gonna again explode with like
So
80%, 90.
you're willing to go down there and bear them before they come up to nair you at a disadvantage to stop that type of thing.
Uh, it's not really going down off stage. It's more so like they're trying to jump back on stage to like get the event or to just be on stage, if that makes sense.
I see. Are you so you're hitting the like nair before the fish come around completely?
Uh, uh I, I guess so.
I'm just
It's
wondering how you
hard.
space around the hitbox because I feel like that's the biggest counterplay, like hitting before or after the nair. Like
Like
that's
the thing is, like they time it to where it's like they want to cover it as like if you're like approaching on the ground, like they want the hitbox of the last hit of the fish to cover the ground at the end most of the time. So it's like they'll delay their nair more so than like rise with it, if that makes sense. So
okay.
they'll jump first, and then they'll time their nair to you know uh hit the ground. So it's like you don't approach with like some dash attack or just like a run up situation,
Okay. So
essentially.
you'll meet them there because they're gonna time it later.
Hmm.
Right. Um. Yeah, I always thought like I don't even know what I thought about Game Watch Wolf. It was just the most like it looked like Wolf did good, and then you kind of get hit off stage, and then I was like, well, how does he recover?
Hmm.
But I feel like Mia wasn't really going out there with the backers and the invincible upbees and stuff. It looks like he's just sitting to baconing and stuff.
Yeah. I feel like with that, it's kind of like, or I should say, it's like there's many times he can't, or not many times. There's a few times he can do that. It's just he needs the perfect like spot to like hit me there. So like his down smash, not the berry, but like the downwards hitbox that sends you in like a weird angle downwards. Like he
Right.
wants more of those spots where, or he wants more of those hits where it sends me like that off stage because that just guarantees him a kill most of the time because Wolf has to recover with like a side B or up B at that point at like the same spot. So it's really hard for Game Watch to actually get those because I guess like finding those hits are like really hard against Wolf lots of times just because of drift and like how he's approaching and whatnot. It's just like it's kind of like with Wolf Rob. It's like Rob puts Wolf in a bad situation off stage every time to where it's like it's pretty like obvious where Wolf needs to recover and then you just punish accordingly. With Game Watch you can do that too, but it's just not as consistent, I'd say.
Yeah, the starting hit to find that situation of like a
Uh-huh.
50-50 death is like not as easy for
Hmm.
sure. Rob, that's like the
So
thing
that
Rob is best at.
uh-huh. And then like yeah, it's just like I feel like with Game Watch, like you can possibly get like a good situation off like a chef as well. Like once you chef me, or if you catch me holding ledge too long and you hit the three parts of the chef, and you can like just F tilt or down tilt, and then I'm now put in like a worse spot, realistically. So it's all it all just comes down to like I guess like the positioning of how you're sending Wolf off stage lots of the time to guarantee that kill.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, beating Mia, crazy there already. So that's just a crazy thing. And then with beating Mia comes implications. You can't just beat Mia. There's a lot of implications with that. Like there was the whole the whole narrative that was going on the weekend where it's like, oh my gosh, the NA stats versus the Japanese stats. Like the new blood, the new NA blood, like you, Syrup, and um Pocket, rising up to beat Japan, Legacy Japan, and even like Hurt and stuff. Uh, that's a pretty big thing because like even your next match, it's like Monty versus Hurt for your top 8 match,
Mhm.
and a lot of people there, like most people would be like, oh wow, I hope Monty wins because it's Monty or Hurt, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But you are fine for both, which is the crazy part, right? You are more than fine for both, so
Um,
that's a crazy spot to be in. Like,
yeah, I guess. Like unironically, like I want Monty to win because I respect him as a competitor, and I think he also does as well. Like I think I know many people hate how Monty play, and he thinks he's terrible. I will say
no,
there are a
I
few
think he's
situations.
hard to beat. I'm not saying
But
that, but I'm just saying compared to like Hurt being like number one statistically, like
mhm, like uh, yeah, like I respect Monty as a player. He respects me as a player. Like I think he's actually like pretty good with his option selects and choices. But I definitely wanted Hurt to win. That's that honestly, because I'm definitely way more scared of Monty than Hurt. If that like it's like weird to say, but I'm like I don't know. It's just we're so close. Is the thing. I remember telling this to someone. It's like usually like in skill levels, uh, like for example Monty. I think me and Monty are like this. Like same skill, same everything. I'm more afraid of those like type of players than like someone like for example I guess Spargo here, right? Like although
right.
there's like that weird strange gap, like it's so weird that it's like I don't know. It's just like I'm not really afraid of like I guess losing to them if that makes sense. It's just because like I don't know. It's just like they're very good players, right? So like why would I be? I don't know. I just have this mentality of like why would I be scared of like a super top player because like they're good, right? Like I don't know. Like that's just like how I think of the situation at least is like if I verse like very good top player, like I'm just not scared just because they're good for a reason, right? It's kind of like with the Oculus that happened. It's like and in the interview as well, I said like like I'm the most nervous I am or the opponent I'm most nervous against is Monty, and then everyone else like I'm fine with.
You've gone like 1-1 with Monty before, right? Like that's your set history.
Our set history now is 6-3 in my favor.
Okay.
So that can also like allude to or that as well. It's just like how much we've played and how much we know how we like to play against each other as well. So that could also like affect things as well. But yeah, no, it's just like if I know someone's like better than me, I don't think I'm like scared of them at all. If that paints like a good picture. Like I don't know, with like you, like I know like you're really good, right? It's just like I kind of like expect to lose to you if that makes sense, right?
Why?
Like it's like you, like I guess Shattuck, Lima. It's like I expect to lose to you guys, so it's like I kind of don't have that fear factor. But if it's like I don't know, I guess Monty or like I guess Chase as another example as well, like I'm more scared of that uh than the next player that's like above those guys.
That's
It's
an
kind of like what
interesting
as
perspective.
it's kind of like as I said, like with Burst, I was more scared of Burst than Leo because
Yeah.
freaking I think Burst is actually pretty close to me. This is like probably here, right? And then I'm here. But since he's so close, it's like I still have that weird like fear factor of like, frick, man, I might lose to this guy. There's a possibility that I lose to this guy. But then with like the other top players, it's like, well, like if I lose to this guy to this player, like if it's I lose to Aquila, Spargo, Leo, or whatever, like I could give I could give two damns about it if I lose to these guys
Yeah,
because they're
you know
good.
what's interesting about that is that like most people would call that like an unhealthy mindset, but I can tell you don't do it in an unhealthy way. It gives you like clarity to like play freely because you play so like openly, freely, and expressive. So it just makes you like just like looser because you're like, well,
Hmm.
whatever happens happens at that point. But then like the fear is interesting because like when you say like, oh, you play me, Lima Shattuck, or any one of these better players or something like that, you're like, oh, I will lose or whatever like that, or like I expect to lose, so you can just go all out because it's like whatever happens happens. But it's interesting because that means for you, Monty and Burst and those type of opponents are like the like result is like indeterminable in your head.
Yeah. It's
So
like
that's like a little more open.
it's like it's kind of like the challenge to like overcome uh the player, and then after that, my confidence kind of like skyrockets after because I beat the person who I mentally in my head is like the opponent that I need to conquer, kind of, and then after I conquer that opponent, it's like then I feel really like good after, which kind
Yep.
of like helped me through the Aquila set as well. It's just like since I had so much fear against Monty, and then since I beat him, like my confidence was just there right after. So
Hmm. No. Your bracket was literally Steve slash Game Watch into Game Watch into Steve. Into Steve.
mhm.
Um what do you think about the Wolf Can Do It?
uh, with that, I definitely am a hard believer of Wolf. It's just like I feel like he's so hard to aware, not in like the in like a meta way, but it's like lots of like the options you have to choose in certain situations. It's kind of like hard to determine what is like really right in this situation. Like sometimes like a simple F tilt will be like a good choice, but sometimes like I don't know, I guess like a drift in like fair is like the wrong choice, Like sometimes you have to
Yeah.
take those like weird gambles where it's like, okay, like I'll go in here with like a nair, but like there's a good chance if this misses, I just take like 60 or like
Yeah,
80,
no,
and
I
it's like,
get
well,
that.
that sucks.
That's the same type of thing with Peach in this meta compared to like, some of these other stronger characters. Like the reason the other characters are like stronger in like a meta sense is that they have those correct options to put there, whereas like we're gonna have to go for this.
Uh-huh, yeah.
We're gonna
And
have to get that started. And if it doesn't
mhm.
work, oh, I took 60. Because like I think the epitome of that is like you literally died for a blaster. So it's just
Uh-huh.
like you live and die by that mentality. Like you literally died by a blaster. So it's just the most extreme thing you can imagine. When you say, "Oh, I fared wrong," that's not the right thing to do.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just those
Yeah,
like mini micro interactions that just mean so much.
yeah, for sure. So, I really wanted to see versus Spargo. I feel like Wolf does good versus Cloud. I don't know what you think
Yeah.
about that.
I definitely do think like Wolf does really well versus Cloud. I think it's either even or might be winning for Wolf slightly. I'm not too sure. I think personally probably even. It's just like I think with Spargo is like kind of with the case with like Roy and Fox, but however how Spargo plays is like he's kind of just on you like half the time if or half the time during the match. And it's like his like oppressive offense, like kind of like counters how I play. So I feel like I have to like kind of set the tone to where it's like I have to make it to where it's like we're both playing at a very like easy neutral pace, kind
Yeah,
of. And
you'd have to
like I
fight
feel
him off of you. I feel like Spargo will stop attacking you as much if you fight him off of you a little bit, punish him like for like one recovery, and then you can
mhm,
get the pacing you want probably.
exactly. It's like I remember seeing like Jackal, and I feel like Jackal and Danny are definitely the better players at the matchup on that. Just because I'm
Did,
pretty sure they've taken sets off Spargo.
yeah,
Of
I think
course,
Jackal won at Crown, right? Yeah.
Jekyll won a crown game five, really clutch. He's also, I'm pretty sure he's also just gone game five with Spargo like every time they've played as well. So he's definitely well equipped on that matchup, like Hal. And I know Danny as well. Although he didn't get a win on Spargo's Cloud, he did get a win on his like core and whatnot. And I feel like those guys are just like very good at like fighting sorties, like generally. So yeah, I definitely have lots to learn from them. But yeah.
Um. And what do you think about the playstyle of Wolf? I'm like interested because I feel like you have this like aggressive like playstyle that everyone can see, and the pacing of your like damage ratio is like very fast. Like there's a lot of damage being putting on at like every point of the match. Whereas like Jackal has this very like pullback style, and I feel like Danny like is literally just a double jump camper. like he does double jump camping most of
I
his
do like
sets.
calling him double or double jumping Danny, or even platform Danny
Yeah,
is what I like
yeah.
to call him.
Like, what
But
do you think about those other playstyles of Wolf compared to like yours, and like which one is like the strongest one for Wolf? You think?
I'm definitely like a firm believer of like, of course, obviously you can play any playstyle with Wolf. It's just like I feel like there's some times where there's many times you just need to like gamble like lots of like mini micro interactions where you could potentially get like 90 off this hit, but if you don't, in today's meta you might just take 60 for just going for that one option. But I feel like the risk reward is like pretty it's pretty like in favor for Wolf lots of the time, just because of his damage output and then like kill power. But like for like playstyles wise, I feel like in my head it sounds like you have to play like very neutral heavy with Wolf most of the time. But like finding those like very like awkward spots or like those very awkward hits with Wolf, that's what I've been working on. Lots of the times like getting like weak hit nair and whatnot on a platform, or getting these really like whack hits to like convert off of just means so much in today's meta, because I feel like if you get uh these awkward spots with Wolf, there's much more opportunity for you to find like a kill in
Yeah,
very whack situations, I'd say.
because
But
especially watching you versus Akola and stuff like. I was watching Steve get frame trapped, like those up tilt frame traps and the other stuff like that. The back air really
mhm,
looked like it was putting him in like a really bad position. The back airs you were finding over the blocks, that one you got to like close out a game at like I don't even know, like 90 something, and you just got back aired over at the ledge. I was like, oh my gosh, because I
yeah.
just felt like there was so much pressure, and I feel like I think I've watched Jacko lose to Steve a good amount, like
Mhm.
specifically, the only reason I remember it is because there was multiple times I was supposed to play Jackal in bracket, but then he lost
Mm.
to said Steve, so then I played the Steve instead.
Correct.
So that's why I was like, huh. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's like
that's
difficult. But then I watched you do it, and I was like, that's a different look, you know? I was like, oh.
yeah, that's definitely very interesting because I, in my opinion, and in like my personal opinion, I think Jacko's probably the best at versing Steve because he has so much experience with Syrup,
Right.
and then all the other Jersey Steves like Char and Justin Byleth probably. Like he's definitely very well equipped in that matchup. Of course, I do as well, but then my local Steve players have like vanished. Uh, like Sam, for example, the Steve player and slash To. He's not playing the game as much anymore. I we used to have a Japanese Steve that came here once. He
Oh
was actually
yeah.
pretty good. His tag was Nemu.
Right,
He
right.
doesn't
I
really play
remember
as
that.
much anymore now as well, but he was definitely really good practice for the Steve matchup. But yeah, nowadays it's like BC just has not much Steves anymore. But yeah, I definitely do believe Jackal's just is probably the best at the matchup. It's just like how we approach it is not the same, I'd
Yeah.
say. I
But
kind
that's
of
why
like
I
go
wanted to mention it, because like I was thinking like the way you approach it might be a little strong against that character, just because like I'm sure he's like really practiced the matchup, but just like
Mhm.
the 2.5 times we were supposed to play in bracket, I played a Steve instead. So
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's definitely like I kind of like I at least I don't really watch too much of Jackal, or I do a lot, but not uh as much as I used to. But all I know is with me, it's like I kind of like making Steve like pressured in like the corner, and it's like kind of like breaking their walls, trying to like bait them to come to me lots of the time after I break the wall. And it's like I like once like once their resources are like diminished, right? Like right now, it's like I try to like kind of capitalize that as best as possible most of the time.
yeah,
And
you're crazy. I would never get in those two walls. If I'm in the house, it's over.
oh
The monster
yeah,
house,
no, that's
I'm
definitely
cooked.
a very scary situation.
Yeah,
Honestly,
and
I
you're just
might not.
jumping in the monster house. Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, It's like I think I just tend to apply a bit more pressure than he does.
Yeah.
And then like when I need to play neutral, I kind of like just play standard neutral and whatnot
Hmm.
against Steve.
Yeah. So you are going to Best of the West this week, right?
Yeah, I am.
And Sparkle's going to that, right?
Yeah, he is.
I want to see you guys play there. So,
I don't know, man. I have Shadow. That's gonna be a
uh,
big problem. Not only that,
yeah.
too, my bracket. Not not the not my favorite bracket. I will say. Too many too many demons. Too many players that are just up on me. It's like, damn, that sucks.
Well, now's your chance, if anything. Shattuck's a little rusty. He's been doing his little AP exams in school and
Yeah,
stuff.
no,
So,
currently graduating soon in high school.
yeah.
So it's possible. It's just like for me to get to him is like it's a toughie. Mystery into Jazzo is just I can't believe it. He gave me my worst bracket
I
actually,
can't believe it.
which is fine. I need to take the challenge in order to actually
Yeah,
get or to actually receive the reward of like satisfaction, you know. So
for sure.
it's super fun with that. It's just like damn, like out of everyone, I get the two people that are just up on me.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, hey, you fought Rio and he was up on you too, so
Hmm.
and you
Yeah,
just
no.
conquered your demon matchup, so
Hmm. We'll see what happens, though, of course.
yeah.
It's just, yeah, no, those guys were always a toughie for me, always. They just know how to get me.
Well, we'll be watching. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of more eyes on you now. They're like, cause like I feel like Japan specifically, when you beat their like top players, like the whole country has eyes on you. You know what I mean? They're like,
Hmm.
oh, that's crazy. They're like, those people are like unbeatable. You know what I mean? Like they,
Hmm. Yeah, no, definitely that happened, I think, once. Or, like, to me at least. It was like that old BOBC shoot on thing. And
right?
then it's like, I don't know, I guess I was like the talk for a bit in Japan for some reason.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. They love doing that.
hmm.
You beat like Akola, Shuton, Mia, like Hurt, any of those people, like they are very like they're looking. They are looking.
Hmm. They have eyes everywhere.
Everywhere actually. So yeah. Well, what's your next tournament after Best of the West? Do you have one?
After Best of the West, it'll probably be Level Up, which is 2 weeks
Oh,
from
great.
Best of the
Yeah.
West. So
Yeah.
that'll be a very fun tournament to go to as well.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Oh, you're going to?
Hmm.
All right, that'll be sick.
Who are you doing doubles with?
I'll be doing with Wizzy
Okay.
just because he's going to Best of the West, and then I'm going to Level Up, and then
Y'all are like
uh,
statics.
it, yeah, he wants to be static, so like I'm also down as well. I actually do love teaming with Wizzy a lot. It's just like it's so weird. Like our team is so like I believe our team is like very it's very good, but I wouldn't say it's great or amazing. It's just like it's two like very like standard average characters and dubs,
Yeah, doubles
in
has
my
turned into
opinion.
something monstrous, like legit monstrous. Like it was Game
Hmm.
of Watch Snake. Like that was
We me and Wizzy needs cheese, man. But
yeah.
I'm down for his Yoshi and my B Brawler, and then we can start cooking stuff.
Yeah,
Honestly,
I didn't
but
even know you played that,
oh,
but I shouldn't be surprised.
I there's this one time as well. Like I teamed with an Incineroar. We did Incin Me Brawler. That was atrocious for the other
Okay,
players, of course.
I've never seen that. Is that better than Insin Min Min?
Definitely a lot better. If Instant gets one side B, he just holds A, throw him up, and then I up
Oh,
B,
up
and then
B.
they're dead at 60, and
Yeah, I
then
failed to
it's
consider
really
that
funny.
part.
It's really funny,
Wow.
especially when they have revenge too, and they side B and throw him up. They're just at the perfect percent for the up B to connect. And it's like,
Yeah,
ooh,
so much nice knockback.
that's where things get going essentially. So. Yeah, no, it's just
Well,
me and Wizzy's team. It's like there's not really too much cheese with our team. It's just like it's just super standard gameplay, and then it's just like we have to be coordinated a lot with like our follow ups and our like kills as well because we can't really like kill too consistently, except for like his like back turn to like smash attack or whatever, right? So,
Right.
but other than that, it's just like yeah, no, our team's pretty standard, but still pretty good. It's just dealing with the cheese that's the problem.
I feel like you
Like,
need a cheese setup to like keep up nowadays in doubles.
yeah, no, it's just like honestly, eventually, like there's gonna be like some Steve, or there's gonna be one team that has a Steve, and then you're just gonna go Steve, right? Just because Steve is pretty insane in dubs.
Have you guys ever played against Lol Yoshi Onin?
No, thank God we didn't. God bless.
I think that changed my life and perspective on doubles forever.
Also, yeah, Onin's also just like freaking literally literally a demon in dubs, a god, if you will, in dubs.
Yeah.
He just knows what's happening 24/7.
I don't know. I think Lil Yoshi's the star of that team. That's just me personally. Those
Yeah.
invisible shots killing me mid stage on the
Mm-hmm.
floor at 70. That's the star. Like
Dude, thank God me and Wiz haven't fought those guys yet.
it's
We
life
might get
changing.
owned. We might get owned.
I need to see it. I need to see it. Because if y'all
Mm-hmm.
can do it, then I'll be like, all right, I'll put it up. I'll
Mm-hmm.
give it to you guys. Like maybe there's something I could be doing here. But that is the hardest thing I've ever played in my life. I was like, what is
Mm-hmm.
this? That and I played against Double Steve. Oof.
Double Steve.
Oof.
Okay, yeah, no, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, what a great weekend for you. What a great weekend.
Was pretty good. So definitely can't or definitely I'm like proud of it. So. Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that should wrap it up. Thank you for joining me today and doing this.
Yeah, no problem. I definitely was hesitant about it because I'm terrible at interviews, but honestly, this didn't go too bad.
You did great. You did great. You did great.
It
I
was
told
pretty
you it
good.
was gonna be. This is a normal conversational thing. Hope I did okay as a topic host. I feel like I'm really bad at staying on topic, but
Oh no, no, it felt really normal to me, honestly. Like it felt like you were just giving out the topics, and then the answers and like questions were all like clear cut as well. So I could actually answer them like perfectly. Because usually
yeah,
during interviews, I like have to like kind of like uh kind of ask them to restate the question just because I just don't understand the question clearly. But then you were definitely like on point with it,
I feel
honestly.
like people
So.
ask like general questions, which is why like before we started this, I was literally watching your sets because I was like telling Alex, like the editor, I was like,
Mhm.
I don't want to be like asking him questions and it sounds like I don't care. Like I want to like have seen the scenario and then like have a real question because I can have
Mhm.
one. Yeah, so I'm glad that you felt that. So
Yeah, no, I'm glad that this actually went really well. I definitely enjoyed like the talks or the interview as a whole, actually.
I feel like we learned something too.
Hmm.
So thank you. This was Ouch JJ with me, everyone. What a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining me. I've been MuteAce, Tony, and this was a little short Ouch highlight for Battle BC. What is it, 7? 7?
Yeah, 7.
Yeah, 7. Thank you.